Frazer.
Ben.
How are you?
All right, mate. You?
Yeah. Connor Slasberg.
Hello.
Welcome.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I'm not sure I'll go that far, but I'll take it.
So just set the scene, Connor. Why are you here?
Why am I here? So Fraser often calls me just to randomly give abuse, check in on my day. And I was listening to one of your episodes, and I said to him, I thought it would be a good idea to put you two to the test.
Okay.
And see how well you truly know each other. Obviously, there's good banter back and forth, but wanted to put it to the test. So I suggested we do a version of Mr. and Mrs., a Mr.
Wasn't
and
that
Mr.,
my
if you
idea?
will. Yeah, debatable.
Yeah.
So I posed this idea to him, and I'll be honest, I thought it would be in about 6 months when the ideas had dried up, you were desperate, we'd go, let's get Connor Slasberg in. He mentioned this a while back, but no, the next day you gave me a call, didn't you? And we said we'd give it a go.
That spiralled from your... it took you, I think, 48, 72 hours to accept, but you were called out by...
I was called
Ben
out,
and I
yeah.
for the marathon. So
Half marathon.
Sorry. Ooh, yeah. Which you'll be...
I ain't going around twice.
I was talking to Emma from DBFB, who will also be joining us. Apparently, there's a killer hill at the end of it because she's already.
Cheers, Emma. Brilliant.
Was it Emma you called out originally, or was it someone else?
No, I think we called out. Was it Sam Lee and
Yeah.
Chris Wright? But their phone
Not
lines must
fancy
be
it.
down.
No, not
we
fancy
haven't-
it.
we
Okay.
haven't
So
heard
why
back.
aren't you doing it?
He is doing it.
I am doing
You
it.
are doing it.
I toyed with... Me and running don't get along well, so
I know
with the
that.
bleeding disorder thing, the joints
The
don't
what?
handle it well. The haemophilia. So I've got a thing called haemophilia, which is why I'm doing that walking.
Haemophilia?
Haemophilia, yeah.
Oh.
So me and running have never got on particularly well, but Fraser...
What, you bleed when you run?
Into my joints.
Oh,
so
okay.
They like
Ooh.
wear and tear and muscles, but I think given a bit of time, I don't think a half marathon is impossible. So I've said I'll give it a try nervously.
Good man. So for those listening, watching that don't know Connor Slasberg, just give us a bit of intro into who you are and where you work.
Cool. Yeah. So I work for a company called Bechtle, which was previously I previously worked for ACS Office Solutions in Northampton. So I've been there for about 4.5 years, but in a sales role. So predominantly around the IT and managed services side of things, the cybersecurity area. Previously worked at DBFB in Northampton as well, so that was where I first got my go at field sales, and then before that a bit of telemarketing, working in pubs. Originally at Waitrose as well. I wanted to work my way up at Waitrose and be the king of the shelf stackers, but I ended up finding sales instead. So yeah, but no, I've been at the business for 4.5 years now, and as I say, we got acquired by Bechtle in December of last year.
And they've got a site in Chippenham.
Yeah, Chippenham, Manchester. Also acquired a company called Tangible Benefit in London. So across those 4 different locations.
And tell us about this charity walk that you're going to be doing down to Chippenham.
So I've always wanted to do something for charity, but as I say, I never really thought running would be in my bag. So I had this idea earlier in the year of doing a walk from ACS office in Northampton to the Bechtle office in Chippenham and calling it the Great Commute. So I managed to rope in to
Great Commute?
The Great Commute, yeah. I thought that was a nice
You're
little
lost,
tagline.
mate, on that sales floor.
But so I managed to rope in 2 of my friends to help me out with it, George Kelly and Will Sheridan.
And they work at Bechtle as well?
No. So George works for Envisage Promotions, I believe it is, in rugby. So there's his little shout out for LinkedIn. Will does engineering somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but he's an engineer.
Good friend, is he?
Yeah, really good friend. Talk about work a lot at the pub. So wrote them 2
Or is
in.
he that boring one? Is he the boring one that just wants to
probably
walk
the
under
boring
30 miles?
I'm probably the boring one that goes, you'll never guess what I did at work this week. And he's going, I just want to drink beer, leave me alone. But managed to rope those 2 in. So we've picked 3 charities. I've picked the Haemophilia Society because obviously they've helped me out a lot over the years. Will has picked Oddballs, which is a charity that promotes and raises awareness and then also supports people that are suffering with testicular cancer. And then George picked a really nice one. So it's the Ruth Strauss Foundation.
Yeah.
and they help families that are going through cancer. So one of the lads in our football team, a lad called Mark Dyson, his family, his wife was diagnosed with cancer last year. And everyone at Braunston, we've done quite a bit around the fundraising, but they've really helped that family in the last year, 6 months. So we wanted that to be one of our free charities as well. Yeah, so it's a 130-mile walk. I think in my head I'm telling myself, because I've done a couple of like 3-hour hikes, that I'm ready for that. Probably not. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. But we're doing it over 5 days. So yeah, and with the start of October, we're planning on doing it. So I'm incredibly nervous about it. I'm hoping that I don't end up caving halfway through because I've got some problem with a joint or something. But no, really excited for it. Really excited for it.
Well, wish you the best of luck, and we'll keep updated and we'll follow it. And
yeah, no, definitely appreciate you guys offering.
Let us know how you get on.
Yeah, 100% appreciate you offering to support with the pushing it as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate, absolutely.
It would be remiss of me to let you go into this next part 2, which is going to be a little bit of tongue in cheek, which is your idea.
Not Fraser's.
We're gonna have a little conversation. So, Conor McGregor, I just want to see how's training going, Conor.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
You got to do more than that.
The only thing I can think to say when I do Conor McGregor is he's a bum. He's a bum. That's literally all I've got in the kit bag. If it's Scottish, I could talk all day. But yeah.
And well, that takes me on. Billy Connolly's joined us, Fraser.
Hi, Billy. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself, Fraser?
Very well, very well. Life's keeping you good?
I can't complain.
Oh,
I was not. Didn't
That's
think
not
this was
Billy
going to
Connolly.
happen. I can't do a specific Billy Connolly. I'm a little bit younger than yourself, so I can't say I've got the ear for Billy Connolly. Not by much.
Jobby. That's a good Billy Connolly joke. A wee jobby.
A wee jobby.
A wee jobby.
Can you explain what that is on this business-friendly podcast? No. Okay,
people know what it is. Anybody else joining us?
I can do a great Brendan Rodgers. You know it's all about.
Well, Brendan talked to us. You're knocked out of the cup. I mean, Kilmarnock away, I think it was, or Hibernian.
Well, you know, it's we try to play with character, fluidity, and tacticity. But I think what we're really missing in this Celtic team is beautiful wee Joe Allen. You know, Joe is a beautiful character. and as soon as we sign Joe, we'll be absolutely fine.
Very good. Very good indeed.
Brilliant.
Conor Slasberg. Right, well, I think we've got to go and get changed, and Arthur's going to do a fancy transition, and we're going to come back.
Wonderful.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the All Things Business Podcast.
Now, just set the scene for people that are listening to this and not watching. We're sort of handing over the production for the next 10 minutes.
I am in a lovely gold sparkling jacket that is arguably 2, maybe 3 sizes too small for me.
I would have said 4.
I'd have gone 4.
You would have gone 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily, yeah.
But besides the point, we're here to play Mr. and Mr. So obviously you've got your episodes where it's just yourselves, bit of banter, bit of back and forth. You've known each other for a good few years now, but I want to put that to the test and see how well you truly want to know one another. So we've got 3 rounds. We've got some questions for Fraser, some questions for Ben, and then you're going to go with each other. And then I'll ultimately be the one that decides
who wins.
If you know each other well enough, or if you maybe need to attend some form of couples counselling and really break down those barriers that exist between you two.
Can you raise your arm? Can you just put your arm up for me? You have to swear. It's like swearing on the Bible.
I'll try.
No, don't, because if it snaps, don't. Oh,
brilliant.
Are you happy now?
That's it. Let's commence. Let's
Good.
go.
So the first, it's so hard to use my phone with this jacket on. So the first questions are for Ben about Fraser. So have we got a piece of paper we can pass on to Fraser? So,
have I got to write this down?
No, so Fraser's going to write the actual answer so that you can't then cheat and go
afterwards. We're not doing a panel. Okay.
Well, that's coming.
Oh, okay.
So the paddle is coming.
Will be joining us.
I hope that's the first time you've ever said that to Ben. Is that allowed in this podcast? Good. So, Ben, first question. What is Fraser's favourite beer?
Ready?
Yeah.
Moretti.
Moretti is correct.
Moretti is correct. Can I just see that? Can I see that? Wonderful, wonderful. So the second question is, nice little fist bump there from you two. What celebrity does Fraser think he most looks like?
Brilliant.
And I want to hear your thinking on this if there's a couple of different options.
I'm thinking immediately of
Brad Pitt.
Russell Crowe.
Nice.
What, at Gladiator time or now?
in Gladiator.
Okay.
Only because of Cassandra and Rodney when they when they had that game of dress up. The celebrity, who does he look like? He's got to be Ant McPartland. Look at the forehead.
That's incorrect, Deck. Vince Vaughn, I've been told.
Vince Vaughn?
That I look like before. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I see that, to be honest.
It's the receding part, I believe.
Yeah, good.
And he's a very comical character.
Who told you Vince Vaughn?
Can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
This is the last of your questions about Fraser. What would Fraser say is his worst trait in the workplace?
Is it just one?
Just the one. Your worst one.
The worst one.
And again, I want to hear the thinking if you've got any.
Well, I mean, there's so many, but our clients listen to this podcast.
This might be the longest episode.
I would no. What's his worst trait?
What would Fraser say is his worst trait in the workplace?
He probably says he hasn't got one.
I've written something down.
He has written one.
Never making the tea for his teammates.
Fraser, is that correct?
Making tea.
Yeah, tea, coffee.
I made you a coffee the other day. Me and Arthur have a pack. We make tea every day. No, I would say my worst trait in the workplace is that I'm a little bit too direct when I say something.
Yeah, see, look, that was literally the second thing I thought of. But it's a bit unfair because, yeah, he is very direct.
Okay.
What is
Straight
it?
to the point.
Mouth engages before brain. No, you don't like to beat around the bush. He's just very. Whereas occasionally, you need to go around a couple of roundabouts before you can go from A to B.
Okay.
Fraser's just very.
So what we're saying is he doesn't think before he speaks a lot of the time.
No, well, no, he actually does, which I don't know if that makes it worse.
We sell time, Connor.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sell time. So time is money. So if you can get over the roundabout
In 30 seconds.
in 30 seconds.
And if he could do it in 20, he will.
Yeah.
Whereas
Sometimes the car runs,
with
sometimes
some
it doesn't.
colleagues, you might need 65, 70 seconds to get over the roundabout.
Yeah, they might want a scenic tour to go around the rural area.
It's a great.
It is brilliant. And
Well, not only have we
Well run on that.
asked some good questions there, but we've also negated the need for a one-to-one this quarter between you two. So that's good.
HR's being seen soon.
H what?
HR.
So these next questions are for Fraser and they're about Ben.
Okay.
Ben's very nicely hiding that paper away there, which is good. So, first question.
Yep.
What would be Ben's death row meal?
Oh.
I think you're probably going to answer it before Ben's even thought what the answer is here.
Depends on the frame of mind.
Yeah. I would say, because I know that we've enjoyed these a few times, I'm probably going to go with steak, broccoli. Do they have mushrooms with it? Big fan of gauchos is our Ben.
Okay.
Big fan.
Okay.
So I would do. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Ben?
If you say a salad, you're a liar.
No, I've said curry,
Quinoa.
but purely and utterly because of the aftermath for when I've died. Not because it's my final goodbye.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You're
but
leaving
you are right.
You're leaving a
actually.
legacy.
Yeah,
there,
if you were talking about, then he would have been right.
What curry would it be?
That lamb, a vindaloo,
lamb. Yeah.
and then I'd chuck on a naga as well afterwards. I think if I was on death row.
Make it really messy.
with a naga dipping sauce on the side as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just to do it properly.
Question 2.
Question number 2.
Where is Ben's ideal holiday destination?
Oh, I don't even know that.
I'd probably say on the coast in Liverpool.
Magaluf, Benidorm,
Yeah.
Zante.
Who's he going with? Has he taken his family?
Yeah, a family holiday.
Family holiday.
And then he can answer as if he was going with
Ideal.
Neil Razor Ruddock and yourself after that.
That's Benidorm. Ideal holiday location for Ben and his family. So I'm going to chuck out Disney
Okay.
because I think he's. I think as a family jaunt.
I'm really enjoying you answering these questions and then seeing Ben's face wince as you start answering.
He
Just shows you how much you don't.
He don't go on holiday. If you'd have asked him that question, he'd have answered it straight away.
What have you gone for, Ben?
Well, I somewhere I've never been before, but Bahamas, Caribbean.
Okay.
That's the dream.
Okay.
I've never been, so it would have to be somewhere nice in the Caribbean. Probably the Bahamas.
Okay. So
But I understand why he said Disney.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've got one more question to
See how this
salvage
relationship
round.
works. We give an answer and we both defend that answer to make sure that our feelings aren't hurt.
I mean, Ben did get one right,
Correct.
so
Well,
Yeah, this is going to be interesting,
Technically,
Fraser.
I've got
Yeah.
one.
Go on, Connor. Off you go.
question 3. What would Ben say is his most annoying habit?
See, look, I know
got it,
that,
I've got it.
but I know what he's going to say.
Got it.
In
What
fact, do you want to? I'll write down what he's going to say. Yeah.
Okay, you write down what he's going to say.
Ben's most
Whoa,
annoying.
whoa, don't say it yet.
He's got to write first.
Okay, we'll wait. Suspense. Cut this.
So
part.
explain the logic whilst Ben's writing that down.
He does it probably 50 to 100 times a day.
Okay.
He's going to say that.
That you'll be having a conversation with him. He'll
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
And then his phone will come out.
Yeah.
And he's looking at his phone. You carry on your conversation, and this man hears everything, other than when he's got his phone in front of him. And you go, Ben, are you listening? And he goes, what? And then you have to repeat it again.
Look at that.
Look
Ben
at that.
has
See?
written phone listen.
Phone.
Yeah,
listen.
So,
But what Fraser forgets is, I have eyes and ears everywhere. And so occasionally, it's not that I set not traps is the wrong word, but what you got to remember is I have some days where I have to charge my phone twice because of how many phone calls I take.
Okay.
And sometimes those phone calls are timing of the essence.
yeah.
So I might just need to stop mid conversation, hold it. I'll still be listening to things that are going on, and then I'll revisit it at the end of that phone call. But I hear everything.
Such a salesman.
No,
He's
well, it's true.
sold that
But
to
you're
you.
used to it, and that's the you're
His
used to
other
the
annoying
dynamic.
trait was before the new iPhone came out was whenever we used to go out that we'd spend an hour, 2 hours in a meeting, and then we'd spend 2 hours walking around places charging his phone.
That happened once in Chinatown in Soho. I've found worse places in the world to lose battery.
Yep.
But that's what he's referring to.
Okay.
We actually went from Gauchos, ended up having a couple of beers. This is obviously at the end of the day. And then I think we ended up in a Chinese and we just had some
I think we had a bowl of chow mein.
bottle of chow mein.
Whilst you waited for your phone
Just charge our phone. And I think we've had 4 or 5 pints of Asahi to wash it down with.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
There's worse ways to do it. So after those first 2 rounds, I think you both got one right.
Each, yeah.
So you
I'm
both
gonna
know
say
each
1.5
other
for me.
to an equal extent. So it's all down to the final round. And this is questions for you both. So can we please get out the paddles?
Brilliant. You have to zoom in on these, Arthur, because they're a work of art.
They are phenomenal.
The budget has been blown massily on these.
The thing I like about that picture is it looks like Fraser's auditioning to be the next host of the reboot of Take Me Out. No lighting, no lighting.
let the sausage see the roll.
I'm out of practice because the lift's been broke.
So if you can't see this right now, we have
Gareth.
some impromptu paddles made with tennis paddles that have got Ben's face on one side, Fraser's on the other. I've got 5 questions here that I'm going to ask.
Brilliant.
And you show the
Do you know
side
the
to me.
questions?
No, I don't.
No,
Okay.
no one knows these
He
questions.
hasn't shared them.
I think they're fairly safe through a podcast.
So how do? All right. Okay. So it
So
doesn't
you
matter
show
if
me,
I know
show
what
me
is-
the side
Okay.
that is the right answer, and if you both get it right, you both get the point.
Oh. So do we need to have a little bit of a blocker here?
I trust you to
Okay.
be honest in what you're thinking. So if you maintain eye contact with me, you'll be fine. First question, and this is an easy one. Who is the better driver? Raise your paddle in 3, 2, 1. Both went for Fraser, so you both get the point there.
Definition of better though. Like
Okay.
It's confidence.
it's not confidence. He will drive quite. He likes pace. He likes speed.
Whereas you're more slow and steady, get there safely.
Well, it comes back too early, doesn't it? Getting across that roundabout
Tortoise in the
quicker.
hare. Yep.
Yeah,
good.
Whereas I'm
Okay.
quite happy just to plod along.
Yeah.
But whether that defines
I'm
better,
with you on
but
that. I drive.
He's a petrol head. He loves his cars, so fair point. I'll give him that.
I drive like a granny. Get there slow and steady. I'm with you on that one.
In case you bleed, that's why, mate. Don't want you having a...
Too dangerous to go above the speed limit. Good.
Brilliant.
Second question.
How do you spell haemophilia? Sorry, go on, mate.
No, you're fine.
I'm joking.
I'm not going to answer it. Who would be more likely to get kicked out of an all-you-can-eat buffet for not keeping within the restaurant's fair usage policy? 3, 2, that didn't even need the countdown.
I mean, Pizza Hut used to do it.
I was gonna say,
they
the
saw me
certainty-
coming and they just shut it up.
I was going to say the speed at which you raised that paddle then, has that happened before? Have you been banned from an all-you-can-eat?
No.
No. Okay.
Still time.
Yeah. Next year's New
I
Year's
don't know if they do
resolution.
them now. I'm not. To be fair, I'm not.
They still do a all-you-can-eat buffet at Pizza
I'm not
Hut
a fan of those.
times.
I'm not a fan of all-you-can-eat buffets and stuff.
Okay.
I believe in table service, and those type of establishments don't bring food over.
You
to
must hate a
people like
Nando's.
me.
You must hate Nando's.
Yeah, I'm not. I have to. Yeah,
Okay.
like Nando's is. I love it, but they should do table service.
Agreed.
Overrated.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I've been at
I think-
Nando's 3 times in my life.
I reckon I've been at least 100. I love that place. I love that
Other
place.
chicken firms are available.
Okay. Question 3. Who is better at timekeeping? 3, 2, 1.
We're gonna have a row
Oh,
about
there is a row.
100%.
We'll just talk about your diary from today.
I do
Yeah,
think
what?
this.
1:32. I'll come in here, and it was booked for 1:30.
How's your meeting this morning with Ellie and Neil that you moved to 1 till 2?
If this has been
Well,
the
first
last,
of all, I didn't move that meeting, and secondly, I had.
if this has been the last ever episode of the All Things Business
honestly-
podcast, I really appreciate you having me
Mate,
on.
people. I think some people, including colleagues, think that I just sit on my backside, just passing the of time of day, even. I mean, it's
And
it's
checking
a
your
joke.
phone.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Good.
But I listen.
Should we
I
move
know
on from that
important
one?
time is, and I'm in control of it.
It's all right, mate.
I do a lot more meetings than what you do. Yeah, exactly.
Good. Should we go question 4? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good.
So who's won that point?
Winners at
Neither of
parties.
you. Neither of you. But you're on. You're doing well so
doing
far.
How many
Right.
parties do you have then?
A lot. I had one yesterday.
Yeah. Well then.
You find yourself in an impromptu dance-off at Pop World.
Oh mate,
Who's winning?
100%.
Yeah, there was no debate there.
The wet fish, mate, comes out every
Can
time.
we see the wet fish?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
never sober either.
Good.
Glenn Johnson, ask him.
Okay.
Glenn Johnson beat him. That was
Next time you speak to Glenn.
Yeah,
It
Glenn
was, it was the third round of our impromptu dance off at the playground in Hilton, one in Liverpool.
We are talking about the footballer here.
Correct.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suarez had scored a hat trick on. It was the Christmas game, so we went. It was before Boxing Day, so it must have been the 22nd or something. And we beat Cardiff 3-0, and it was 2-2, firmly positioned going into the third and final dance off, and the wet fish pulled it out. But yeah, I would win that.
Good. Good. Wonderful. Well, that leads us to the last question. Who has better taste in music? 3, 2, 1.
killing
Raise your
him.
paddles. Oh.
Yeah, but listen, right? Define music. Some of the rubbish that he listens to, honestly, like it's stuff that 20 years younger than you.
Is
Like
in-
hip hop
yeah.
and like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, trying to get down with the kids.
Your Lil Uzi Verts.
No.
No?
Little what?
Yeah, exactly.
What did he just say?
Little Uzi Vert. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've only just found out modern day singers from your children. Didn't you just discover D Block Europe?
No, D Block Europe. Let me tell you now, they are banned in my house. The language in that. So the fact that you even know who they are shows everybody.
I'm a little bit younger than you two, and I
think
don't
it's-
know who D Block
I
Europe
don't
are.
think it's
Exactly.
who they are. I think it's D Block Europe as a person. Correct.
I don't know,
I don't think.
but I've listened
they are
by
they.
accident to I think 2 of their songs.
Okay.
Banned, 100% banned. Never are they playing in my house again.
If we ever do this again, we
And the
should
fact
do
that you're 40 years old and you know who D Block Europe are,
top 3. If you said Alexa play, I can give you his 2 straight away without even thinking.
go on then.
If it's Monday to Thursday, it's Westlife. If it's Friday, it's IB for Classics, and that's happened for 4 years. And it's the same song at the same beginning of the playlist.
Takes about 8 minutes to get into the. Mate, it's brilliant.
I thought you've always said you're 35.
No, it came out. People know my real age now.
Okay. Fair dues.
And you believed him.
He said the greys were down to stress.
Down to what?
Down to stress.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what's the third song then?
That's pretty Chuck Neal in there, I think.
Okay.
Depending on the days.
Bit of Jamie Webster?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Jamie.
yeah.
Yeah, Jamie's good. He's got my two favourites are Weekend in Paradise and This Place. I think those two are great songs.
Great song.
But
You do look like a young Neil Diamond at the moment, actually, with that
jacket.
jacket on. Yeah. Can you sing
Good.
Sweet Caroline?
I'm not. I've already done accents. I'm not going to sing on it. Save that for the next time.
Brilliant.
So you scored in that last round 3
Yeah.
out of 5, which I
Awesome.
think is a respectable effort.
That's good.
You both got one right in the first round, so I'd say you've proven your salt here, and you know each other quite well. You could probably do with spending a bit more time, just you two outside of work, getting to know each other one another a little better. But no, you've done pretty well there.
thank you, Connor.
No, my pleasure. Can I get this jacket off in a minute?
Yeah, you
'Cause
can.
Of course you can.
And
Splitting.
nice bit of fun. If anybody else wants to come on and do a Mr. and Mrs. or a Mr. and Mr. or Mrs. and Mrs.
Or another theme.
We're open.
Yeah, we are. We're
Right.
open for business.
Top man.
No, thank you. It's so hard to shake your. You're going to have to come this way.
Can't. The mic's in the way.
Okay, good. We'll
Cheers,
do it
Connor.
Afterwards. No, and thank you for helping push the walk and for all the stuff you guys do around promoting those good causes. It's appreciated.
More than welcome.
Cheers,
Well
mate.
done.